Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. This is Raina here with you today to discuss a couple of things going on in the world. My little producer of music is downstairs and should be shortly joining, so I can get some music going. And actually, though, did want to read to you some really, really wonderful things in Second Ezra today because I've been going chapter by chapter, and so the whole thing is just amazing. But when you get to the stuff like this, which is about the rapture, okay, there's a couple different verses that speaks about it. So let's go ahead and start right here at chapter 6. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightninged, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before an innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or even the chimneys in Zion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned before they were sealed, they have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac and Jacob, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's so interesting. So actually, that's amazing because Jacob's going to be the time of the 1,000-year millennial reign, and then Esau is for this time we're in right now. Wow. Makes sense. So, the hand of the man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Ezra, ask thou not. I answered then and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showedst me part that last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice. I love this when he describes this. This is awesome. Listen to this, y'all. And it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid. For the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth, and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet, and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spoke, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. That's Jesus. And it said, behold, the days come, and I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisitions of them, that what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. Wow. The men with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Wow, the full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty. Another rapture verse. All right, listen again. And the trumpet, right after it says, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, the springs of the fountains that shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation, and the end of your world. And the men that are received shall see it, and who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed, and turneth into a whole nother meaning. Wow. We're talking hybrids all the way, and it gets deeper. It gets so deep. So just wanted to share that little bit there with you. It's really a lot to handle all at one time. Like, this is probably, it takes about 2 hours to read. I'm thinking about getting some music and a microphone and doing that, but appreciate you coming. And just, if you would like to subscribe, please do. Give it a thumbs up. It helps out on the algorithms, and we need as many people to get on the boat, the ark, as possible right now. And it really is about souls, the souls out there right now that need saving. They need Jesus Christ more than anything. So pray for the nations. Pray for the grace and mercy and all of that just from the Lord, that he would have grace and mercy. But also his judgment is pretty much imminent, and it is during his appointed time. When the time comes, and it looks like we're getting so very close. So you all have a wonderful, blessed evening, and please leave prayers down in the comments, and I will be praying with you and for you. Amen. God bless you, sisters and brothers.